and welcome to Joseph's Model Railway and Toy Room. Thank you so much as always for joining me. Just a little bit of housekeeping. You don't need to like, follow or subscribe to any of the videos I put out there. I just put them out there where I can. Have a holly jolly great time doing so. Now, today's video, a bit of additional housekeeping because I'm standing at this end of the layout, which we've discussed on many videos. I'm talking about the air pillow here, which is just there as a warning so that if I'm getting close that I don't strike my head or my noodle, which is hence noodle knocker junction at the other end of the layout, I don't strike it and get a nasty injury. We will come up with a more permanent solution, and we have done a video explicitly covering how to protect yourself underneath a layout. There'll be a link, I'm sure, on the screen somewhere. Now, I like to also bring another link onto the screen that will take you to a video we talked about a few videos back regarding the top 10 expenses for the model railway. So we're putting all the toys and other things aside for a minute, and from a cost perspective to get to where we are at the moment with the model railway layout, where have these big costs come from? And it may have been a surprise to some of you where we ended up with things like power and controllers and the track itself being toward the other end, even things like locomotives and things like that, the trains themselves, which should sort of be, wouldn't they be at the top, in the middle. And then of course at the number one position was of course the figures themselves. And of course they're everywhere on the layout. These ice cream vendors here with the kids and the people riding in the little micro locomotive, they're everywhere, and they really do bring scenes to life. And what's quite interesting is today's video, just a really quick shout out, I suppose, would be Anne and Colin at Dusty Badgers or Dusty Trackside Miniatures for the latest acquisition of the figures to the layout. During the making of the top 10, or actually just after it had been finished, I came across some key 00 scale figures that I wanted for the layout, because these are for the feature section we're doing, where we've been working on the preservation section where they're going to bring out their steam locomotives and load it with coal. And I really want to get some great detail. And being that this will be right, sort of what's going on here, right at the forefront of the cabinet work, right where you're looking, not obscured by trees or anything, I need to make sure we're really packing the detail in and making it look not just presentable, but I want to make sure it's also reasonably scale correct as well, so it really just feels like you're in that right section of the scene. So I needed some figures, and I found some tremendous figures for this. Now, it was the prime example. I wish I would have done the order before I did that video, because it really races the number one up even further again. So we've got a handful of figures here. We'll just say there's a dozen figures perhaps here. Now, some of them can range from about 12 to 20, I think some of them were closer to 30 pounds, so it was about 60 Australian dollars. Again, import charges, all the rest of it. We could be talking about $100 a figure, so it's getting a bit up there. But that was nothing. They were purchased via their eBay store. Of course, they're in the UK, I'm in Australia, so this is sort of the platform we need to become a little more comfortable with. By the time eBay, who keep moving goalposts at the moment, had automatically worked out international freight, it worked out that I'd be paying well over $600+ on getting what is effectively this box. And let's be fair, there's not much to that box at all. And from a weight thing, that wouldn't even add up to 100 grams, I would not even think. eBay's algorithm decided that this is what the price should be. Now, the good news is I did reach out to the seller, and they then reached out to eBay. If they weren't going anywhere, I was going to reach out to eBay as well, because we couldn't sort of come to a common ground on how it was. The good news is eBay did manage to come to it, and I'm pretty sure it worked out to be 20, well, correct me if I'm wrong, it could have been 20 pounds, I don't know. I want to say it worked out to maybe be about 50 Australian dollars, which seems plausible in today's money to get this kind of thing here. And that's fair. But well over $600 seems a little extreme, but the things we do for our hobby. But here we are. So the good news is we managed to get this here for less than $1,000. I think that's the crux of what I'm trying to get across to you here. And the good news is, I mean, check out some of the detail here. Let's come in now for some slightly closer shots. You can see how these are well boxed up, each one individually, so they're not just taped down like others might do. as they send them over. So they're really, really well put together. The fact there's even a free gift in the box as well. Oh, I can't wait to unbox that and have a look what's inside. But really, really happy with what we've got. And of course, it was received within 2 weeks. So fantastic stuff. But the cost is sky high, as we expect. And we always knew that. That's what my top 10 video was about. And I still need a lot more figures for this layout. But let's push all of this aside for a minute and get back onto it and have a look exactly what we've got, because it's just really a big shout out to Dusty Badger's eBay channel or Dusty Trackside Models, and they're saying a website's coming soon and the rest. But I'm someone who doesn't really get a lot of a thrill in painting little miniatures and things like that. We've done it before. We talked about the Wickham trolley. We've done some other things. But to buy them, and I don't always want to keep buying these box sort of multi-pack that has people in them when you only need one person, but you end up with others. And sometimes the eyes, like this Woodland Scenics ones, just look completely not good, and I'd even go back with the brush myself and correct it. So I'm more than happy. I understand. That's why for me, number one was figures, whereas other people, they can knock them out quickly, do them on the cheap, paint them themselves. Well, for me, it was number one. And I wouldn't do it any other way, as my eyes and my hands aren't as steady as perhaps they once were. So let's have a little bit of a dive and a look at these figures here today, shall we? Well, that housekeeping's probably already taken up most of our video today, but why don't we just have a little quick look at some of those little figures and what we've got here today. So Dusty Badger's Rare Retro Vintage, really, I couldn't be happier with what we've got here. Anne and Colin have certainly looked after and followed through with the tracking the whole way through. So really good confidence and really worked with me on this particular situation. So we've got a few people. We haven't got the names sorted out yet, but this was one of the ones in particular I was chasing because I wanted, with our beautiful JCB tractor that you've probably just seen, I even did pictures of that previously, where I did put the figure into place at the moment, but just that he's climbing up onto the tractor at the moment, or backhoe, and that's what we've got there. Young lady here who's clearly the boss here. I like the detail on the paper. It's painted on both sides with a little bit of writing that you can almost just about not see, pointing and giving instructions, as she who must be obeyed clearly would be doing. The milkman, we're going to talk about him another day, because what we need there has been on order with the model center and is in my trunk, and we won't be seeing that still for some time yet. And of course the engineer or driver who we're going to have leaning up against a tender, so we'll see that one coming up too. This one seems like an absolute no-brainer and will probably be shuffled down to the other end, where we're doing all the work with the signals are being changed from semaphore to the electrified ones at the moment. So someone carrying some cable or air hose, I'm not too sure, but seemed just too perfect based on the scene we're doing. But this one seems like a playful figure to have as well, who we're going to have. It's a photographer, but he's in it, so from the Preservation Society, he's officially in it, he's probably both a worker and the nominated official photographer for the organization. Let's make our way over to our next chaps here, and exactly right, because one in particular I'm looking for, but here we are, just someone reaching out to do something, just a generic type of person. This is the one, this important chap here, this young fellow, I particularly got to be sitting, is there for a reason. As we're doing while making this video, I'm doing building the coal stage scene at the moment. He will be sitting on that coal stage at the moment. He's also my reference point for the height as well, because I want to make sure that they can shovel the coal from the stage into the back of a bunker on a 060 or something like that. So I wanted my heights to be spot on. That's what this chap is all about. This is absolutely fantastic, where we actually have the cones on the layout being done, and here is a person walking along, laying the cones down as he trundles along. So they're also the safety ones that I've been doing, so I think this is going to work very, very well. That's why we have this one here. Let's have a look in the next one now. Got an engineer here, basically just oiling, and you've seen I've got another one as well on the layout as well that's just sort of oiling parts of a locomotive or somewhere like that. The type of figure that could be moved around from any position and restaged to get the scene I need. Something that I know that the channel, I think it's 00 Dave, does with his lighter humor side of how he does it and constantly repositions figures all the time. And maybe I might do some of that later, not in the same way, but you know, sometimes you want to just bring a new scene to life in a different way. This one I thought was absolutely fantastic. We've got a chap here just eating his lunch, and I thought that would just look good almost anywhere in that sort of yard layout, no matter where it is. It just seems kind of appropriate. So, and he certainly looks like he does enjoy his lunch as well. Now that brings us to the core figures that I ordered, and could well be, we're looking at here in Australian dollars, the best part of $600, $700, could have even been $800. I'm not even gonna, I know I keep all those invoices. I don't want to bring it up because this is my happy place and we're not discussing that here today. Happy wife, happy life. Now, the situation is, that is exactly what I did order. The fact that there is a box here marked free gift has me slightly intrigued, and that's why I feel this video, again, I'm not into pushing and advertising things. I don't pay extra for any of that stuff. I'm not endorsing all that, but the simple fact is I don't mind doing a video for, as I've done with other people, because I'm really happy with the quality and the product that they're providing. This isn't stuff I can just walk into a local model shop and I'm going to find just this chap sitting there, let alone if I could buy him individually or her. And even if I did, I had to buy a minimum of 6, and the shop's markup and retail might mean these 6 figures are $1,000. Now, who is going to pay that? Well, probably me. Here we go with his work bag off to work. We can definitely get a scene going for this chap. And we've got another one. Now, this is actually a bit interesting because I was going to buy this chap anyway, who looks like he's turning a pipe or something, and put him down where the water filler is or something like that. So what a small little world we have here, and I really am happy with this series of workers that are just in that era as we're sort of going from some of the older sort of traditional, before they went into the safety gear of high vis and things like that, really pushing on a nice little balance here at the moment. So some absolutely tremendous figures. And it's a big thanks again to Anne and Colin from Dusty Trackside Miniatures, and or you may find them on eBay under Dusty Badges. It's definitely well worth checking out. Well, girls and boys, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much as always for joining me on this one. And I think not seeing the figures on the layout and just seeing them how they're presented to you right in front of you at the moment, we've just got them unboxed and just laying down and a couple standing up at the moment, really puts it into context of sort of scratching your noodles saying, how on earth can these be the most expensive things on the layout? Because when you look at them the way they are, it's difficult to get an appreciation without having all the other scenery that you build up around it. And yet as soon as you do, these little stars of the show, our celebrities, if you will, really do bring the layout to life. So it's just a quick snapshot, nothing major here today, but at least it gives you an idea of all the components. And this is what this channel is all about. I'm just documenting and building up this brilliant little archive that shows me exactly how we went from some basic room. We applied a little bit of carpet that I absolutely adore, some cabinet work, some plywood as it was. And then we just added some bits of PVA, some bits of dirt, and then a little bit of track and this and that. And all of a sudden, what a layout it is. And it's thanks to the great people that model and hand paint and create these wonderful little figures that just really bring the layout to life. So as always, thanks again for joining me. Please do stay safe, and I look forward to seeing you in that next one. Toodles!